Hello, Deanna, coming to you on December 7th, Saturday. Moon still in Aries, but is gonna transition into the earthy sign of Taurus on Sunday. Coming on with inspiration. If you're tuned in on my live today, please let me know you're here in the comments. Grab yourself a comfy, cozy spot with a hot chocolate, a coffee. If you're tuned into my YouTube channel, Empowering Empaths, thank you for being here. Thank you to the continued people who are there supporting each other, myself included. Much gratitude for that. If you're new, tuned in to my YouTube channel today, I'm an awakened empath. My soul's purpose is to encourage sensitives to feel all their heals so they can rise from the wounds and become the true healers that they are. I am awe-inspired by, I call him my spiritual brother, my dad. He was on my path exactly when I needed that type of teacher, healer, brother, a place that created safety for me, probably about 2015 or 16. I want to also say that on my YouTube channel, I have organized playlists. There's several different ones there. Energy updates, encouraging empaths. There's a whole category for everybody so worthy of sharing. There's a category on my playlist on my YouTube called My Spiritual Brother MM. There's a healing toolbox. So take full advantage of the sharing that I'm going there. I put it all in nice playlist this morning. So take full advantage of that if you are newly waking up and just now on your healing journey to transform yourself, to encourage others. There's a lot of tools there. I'm awe-inspired, divinely inspired to keep sharing. So thank you, whether you're tuned in today on Facebook or YouTube. If you're not a subscriber of my YouTube channel, your support there would be greatly appreciated. It's Empowering Empaths. So I am coming on with some oracle for the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, a little bit of daily guidance for encouraging us sensitives, us empaths. I hope that everybody's having a peaceful weekend. I do want to bring to everybody's attention, if you're energy sensitive, even if it doesn't make sense to you right now, the huge Schumann spike that we had last night, Friday the 6th, the Schumann resonance is Gaia's heartbeat, and energetically sensitive, and now using my sensitivity as a gift instead of a curse. I am very tuned in to the energy of not only other people, but animals, Mother Earth, and so I just want to bring that to your attention. It came through to me last night, and I knew it, with some irritability and some anxiousness. And so being an empath, I've had to learn, and it was brought to my awareness in my spiritual awakening that I'm very sensitive to energy. And so sometimes when we get in these feelings or moods, it may not make sense to you, and it may not even be just your own. So energetically sensitive, just keep that in mind, tuck that away in your little shirt pocket. So I'm going to do some oracle for the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, December 6th. December 7th and 8th, Saturday, Sunday. We also have a full moon in Gemini coming up. I'll be doing a YouTube on that, a video on that as well. What day does that fall on? Thursday the 12th. Plus we have the solar eclipse coming. We have the solstice. We have so much going on. Ending this decade, ending 2019, a year of huge transformation for many people. A lot of the wounded healers finally getting on the path of awakening, centering into their heart spaces, and increasing their self-care, their self-worth, and really rising into their authenticity of we are all magnificent. We're all here to serve a divine purpose, way deeper than paying bills, and then leaving the body. So a lot of 2019 was a lot of us wounded healers starting being accountable for our own energy. And so I just wanted to put that out there. I look forward to doing my YouTube on the full moon in Gemini that's coming up. So until then, let's do some oracle for the weekend. I call upon God, Creator, Source, the divine Christed white light, to fill me up, to surround me, to share some inspiration through the heart space that can encourage all sensitives, all empaths at this current time. We ask for the perfect, divinely guided messages for Saturday, December 7th and December 8th. That's huge. Peace, yellow chakra, solar plexus. Peace comes from remembering that only love is real. This is huge. Came up for me. The illusion of there's only two things. If it's not of love, it is out of fear. Our egos, which are not meant to be shamed, but if they're out of control, our spiritual awakenings often cause us to have fear step in. You know, if you really think about it, our ego, quote, evil does not want us to wake up. And once we do, boy, look out. It doesn't mean that it shuts it down. So this is solar plexus. How are we doing with dropping the fears? Like I shared, I have a wonderful playlist on my YouTube channel that has all kinds of healing tools there. I categorized them super nice this morning. You know, if you're struggling with fear, a beautiful way to do that is to surrender it. Literally just voice it in your mind's eye. Every thought, every word is heard. And so if you just own it, own your energy, go like, I'm in fear right now, and surrender that. Fill back up with the love, because the love is only the thing that's real. So that brings you peace within yourself. What else do we have for today? The 7th of December, and then we'll do the 2 more cards for Sunday, or whatever's divinely guided. It's almost beautiful because you see the release of that dove. So when we surrender our fears, you know, cast all of our worries out there, just surrender to them, but make sure you refill, because this was something I did not do for a lot of I just didn't know any difference. When you empty that cup, make sure you're refilling it with what you're wanting. Love, peace, joy, you know. My beautiful spiritual teacher, Michael Murdad, taught me that, and it was a tool in my tool belt of healing that was so significant, because if we just dump out, the same things can come back in. So, what is it for Saturday to go along with peace? Moon cycles. Very feminine card. We have the full moon coming up in Gemini on Thursday the 12th. Notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations, and capitalize upon these cycles. That is huge. The ebbs and the flows, as above, so below. The sacred feminine, the feels. Never shunning them, never putting our feet in the dirt. Allowing our tears to flow if they need to flow. So peace, and pay attention to the ebbs and flows. The Schumann resonance, Gaia's heartbeat spiked last night, and I knew it. I knew it. I shared it in the group here. I'm definitely in sync with that. A lot of people are, and they just don't know. And so bring your awareness to that. This is also with the moon cycles, you know, shedding. Allowing the things to leave you that don't serve for your higher good. And really being gentle with yourself too, because, you know, it's sacred in most traditions when a woman has her moon cycle, her menstrual cycle. we're on a level of emotional and soul purging, and we're supposed to be honored and respected for that. So, peace, pay attention to the ebbs and the flows of the moon cycles. These next two messages will be for Sunday, the 8th. Also, if you're tuned in on Facebook Live today, thanks for being here with me. This same video will be uploaded to my YouTube channel. I appreciate everybody's support there. Sunday, we got heart healing with Archangel Raphael again. What I just said about purging and surrendering the fears. We got the heart chakra. If it's not of love, it is of fear. So being gentle with yourself. Give your cares and worries to the angels and allow us to take your burdens. Goes hand in hand with what I just shared on the peace and the moon cycles. One more for Sunday. Spiritual understanding. Archangel Raziel, I am bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand spiritual truths. Wow, this is beautiful. Sacred geometry. The esoteric and the unseen is where it is for me. So, Saturday, Sunday, the 7th and the 8th of December. Solar plexus. Only love is real. So if it is not of love within you, around you, it is of fear. Release those burdens. Pay attention to the moon cycles. Hi, Kat. Thank you. My husband's going to take me to dinner. Thanks for the compliment. I appreciate that. And I just felt like the feminine coming out of me today, too, to be honest with you. Although I did my makeup and hair, I'm like, oh, I could take a nap. But that's okay. So remember, only love is real. And if it is not of love, it is fear. There's only the two things. Increase your self-care with this solar plexus, self-worth, and really getting out of the mindset of, I can't. Allow those things that trigger you to dive deep within you. Yay! Date night for you too, Kat. Awesome. We're taking kids just to a little local dinner, having dinner together. I'm excited about it. Pay attention to the ebbs and the flows and the moon cycles. For all of you here in group, I did share the Schumann resonance last night. I felt that spike, man. Pay attention also. We have the full moon coming up in Gemini. I will be doing another recording on that on 12th, the Thursday. So for Sunday, this is heart healing. This is about surrendering all those things that are not of love, right? Give your cares and worries to the angels and allow us to take your burdens. So that was going hand in hand with what I shared on my beautiful spiritual teachers, emptying and refilling. If I am in fear, don't deny it. Speak it in your mind's eye, pray, send it out there, go, look, I'm scared, help me to not be scared. I'm fearing, help me to not fear. I was doing it last night with the anxiety that I was feeling with the Schumann resonance. And it's crazy because in 2014, when my son left his body, I dropped all fear of death. And the egos kind of flowed back in since then. And I surrender that all the time. I don't ignore it. I think about death often. But really, as we all know, it's just an ending of one physicality, but there's a new beginning with that. So death and rebirth. Angel therapy with Archangel Raphael indicates to me that this is heart healing. And Kat, I'm going to repeat this out loud because this also gets uploaded, but I have had a lot of anxiety lately. Me too. Very jittery. I'm not ignoring it. I'm not shaming myself. But what I am doing is doing exactly what teaches us, emptying it. Because as we know, if it's not love, it's fear. There's only the two things. I don't feel like I'm fearing with the anxiety. But I am energetically sensitive to all of the light integration and like the spike in the Schumann resonance yesterday. And so if I'm jittery, I literally just start speaking from my mind's eye to the oneness of God consciousness, Christ consciousness, whatever we are. whatever term anybody wants to use, and I surrender it. Like, I'm not feeling in my love space. Next thing you know, I'm sleeping like a baby. So I do that often, you know. The spiritual understanding and the esoteric is where it is for me. You see the sacred geometry with the peace dove above, you know, arms up in the air, just being really the chalice of the unseen, the larger picture. I know that's what's helped my nervous system. Kat, yes, I have to start sending the energy back too. Me too. And this is the thing that my spiritual teacher, as you know, one of many, I learned from everybody, but I just hold him so significant because he's taken me personally from the depths of depression, deep grief, suicidal myself, into wanting to live and wanting to help myself and others. So that's huge. Emptying those fears, doubts, worries, concerns, but also refilling with peace and abundance of goodness, you know, right? I know we did, Kat. So looking and paying attention to the sacred geometry, but also the significance of the esoteric and the unseen. I did a tapping thing for my first one the other night. I'm just totally going for it, of, you know, seeing with all of our senses, not just taking by what we see with our two physical eyes, but really tapping into the oneness through the crown chakra, through our whole system, of connecting to the bigger picture and seeing the vastness and the significance of the esoteric. And I believe with the Schumann spike and, you know, feeling it, we're integrating so much light. I don't believe it's just from our sun. I also believe it's from the central sun, because there's been a lot of planets going through that galactic center, and this has been a constantly, like the moon cycles, so many ebbs and flows, through 2019. And the best thing that any of us sensitives can do is surrender and trust the process. And not to worry about tomorrow, but to be present. I've noticed that within me, because I cause myself anxiety when my mind, my Mercury ruled mind, being a sun in Virgo, starts, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. No, we're actually doing so much just by being, and it's really taught me to stop, just stop, pause, go in my heart space, take some nice deep breaths. Breath work's been huge for me on my healing journey over the past 5 years, because I understand the importance of it. So, one more card. Saturday, Sunday, December 7th and 8th. Solar plexus. Remember that if it is not of love, it is fear. So, increase your self-worth and therefore start seeing, you know, the peace that you deserve. Pay attention to the moon cycles, and also, you know, the ebbs and the flows of whatever we're integrating with all the light that's coming into our dense bodies, right? Be gentle with yourself. Don't judge it. Feel it. Heal it. Heart healing again here. Really about emptying your cup of worries, doubts, fears, and filling back up with peace and understanding that esoteric. I know for me on my grief journey, if you're tuned into YouTube today, this whole spiritual awakening was brought on by my empath son transitioning himself. And so I may not have energetically understood it to the extent that I do now, but my passion is to encourage everybody to feel. And I'm really wanting to see more males in the male body really step into their emotions of feeling it. Our society's tended to shun that, and I really would love to see the sacred feminine and masculine just step right into it. Cry if you need to cry. Understand the esoterics. Cat, breath work helps. Yes, it does. It's been a go-to for me. So understanding the bigger picture and the unseen, pay attention to the synchronicities, symbols, and understanding the spiritual truths and laws, which is love is the only thing that's real. Absolutely. I started digging when my stepson passed. It's life, well, it can be, right? It's life transforming. And in the middle of our deepest, darkest wounds, it doesn't matter what the wounds. What matters is the healing. You know, that's really, I'm glad you say that, Kat, because that brings up in me. We all go through things on a life experience level here as spiritual beings in a vessel. And really dropping the comparison and whatever. Wounds, everybody has wounds. So comparing them helps nobody. But what we do with transforming out of those wounds. And I'm super excited about it. It doesn't mean that I don't cry. Every time I go deep down and release all of that, I just feel like, you know, filling up with that healing. And I'm so open to the healing that I don't turn my feelings and emotions off on anything. It's like embrace them all. So pay attention to the feelings, you know, your clairs right now, your intuition, you're being given and guided information. One more to wrap this up with the moonology, and I will be coming on for the full moon in Gemini on Thursday. I don't know what day I'll do it, before Thursday, probably. One more with the emotional moonology oracle. There. Can't have two. I'm reshuffling. Can't have twos. It didn't feel right. Luck is on your side. The new moon in Sagittarius. Fire sign. Arrow pointing straight up. This one speaks to me for a lot of the people that have been facing their fears. Not disassociating. Not running from them. Really opening yourself up, going, I can do this. Allow your passions to come alive. You know, we're going through so many different shifts and changes. And I know it's not just within me. It's also in the collective. So surrender your cares and your worries and the fear, because, you know, our egos are tricky little buggers. They love to throw some fear up in there. I love you, Kat. Thanks for being here, girlfriend. Have a great dinner night. I will. And just remember, keep shooting for the stars. I love this. Fiery passion. Keep rising above those wounds. Hi, May. Glad you're here. Super, super exciting. And the moon moves today from Aries into Taurus. Taurus is my moon sign, so it could be why I was kind of more into my senses and throwing makeup on and doing my hair today. So that's kind of cool. I send these cards and messages to you guys all. I hope they uplift you, encourage you. My mission is accomplished if that's the so. If you're not on my YouTube channel, or if you're tuned in today on my YouTube channel and you're new here, I hope you're encouraged, uplifted. Please do like, subscribe, share if it resonates with you. Blessings to you. I love you, Kat. I'm glad, May. That's my whole purpose of sharing, because it helps me to be in service, but my whole purpose is to encourage others as well. So bless you guys. Have a great weekend, and namaste.